Hey everybody, welcome back to the utter. I'm just so excited. Welcome back to the utter. Oh boy. Welcome back to the Utterly Pointless channel and the Lim playlist. Today's video is going to be a brief teaser for what comes next. I have one of the most useless Nether Stones that I've found in the game after 976 hours of play and then some, and I found a use for it. So it has to do with the ever so awesome Shadowbringer specialization. So I'm going to demonstrate what happened, and yes, it has one of my two favorite creatures, the Sapphire Drake, using it. So here we are, and this is what the Nether Stone does. Every time that you cast a spell, it casts Divinity, which is, I'll show you right in the definition here, just to show how utterly awful this is, with the fact that you cast any spell and Divinity always happens alongside it. So all creatures are resurrected, recover 100% health, and their debuffs are removed. The timeline is shuffled. How are you supposed to win with that? Well, I found out. So this took a lot of fighting to get done, but this game is so awesomely balanced yet so quirky still at the same time, and has so many unexpected combos. It's just truly a very, very rich RPG experience. I mean, the amount of customization that you can throw into your team is unbelievable. It's like nothing I've ever played. Even World of Warcraft just doesn't have the same amount of variance in and level of customization of your team. I mean, at least when I was playing WoW, but I mean, that was Arthas era, Lich King era. So I understand that things may have increased in complexity and customizability, but I mean, for me, for an old school gamer, this game is just an absolutely awesome experience, hour after hour. It scales up beautifully, and I mean, I have no major complaints. I mean, there's very tiny interface issues where, like, if you hit C for one thing, the C button rather, if you hit that, sometimes you want to equip something, sometimes you see details about it. That's all that I would hope would be standardized. But that's it. I mean, out of this massive, sprawling game with 1,201 creatures, I just have no complaints whatsoever. I mean, it has been so fun and so funny, and there have been some really memorable gaming moments. So this is one of them. Again, I'll show you what the Sapphire Drake has for the artifact, but there's not much to really write home about. Balances attack and intelligence. This was really just a borrowed artifact anyway, so I need to get a spell slot in. I've been going to the Blood Grove at level 101 and just been scooping up about maybe 60 to 70,000 currency, granite, brimstone, crystal essence, so, and power. So that's been great. I mean, when you start out, you're basically like bawling with glee, when you get 1,000 brimstone. But at this point, I've always got a use for it, having to create new teams for new specializations and fighting at Gate of the Gods. So it's just really, really been an amazing experience. And so I'll show you the shiny orb here. So there's not much in the way of defense or offense, except for death spells, which it doesn't have. So, I mean, I will be able to get that as an ethereal gem from Zonte, so using corpse explosions will be very nice. But in the meantime, Divinity on cast. I mean, you look at that and it's like, how am I supposed to win a game if my enemies are always getting full health, getting their debuffs removed, and then, big deal, the timeline gets shuffled? Well, after having put ridiculous amounts of time in at Gate of the Gods and finally beating Muse, who is a nightmare for me, I got this tiny little perk here for Shadowbringer. And it's not tiny, really. I'm just saying that facetiously. But check this out. Endwalker. If an enemy dies while it's afflicted with blighted, it cannot be resurrected. So everybody gets blighted at the start of the turn, start of battle. And that's key. I mean, as long as the Sapphire Drake is able to cast a spell, it will cast Divinity as well. So yes, it may actually fully heal some enemies that are still alive, but so what if they're at 100% health when they have Blighted and Improbable Catapult and also Healing Breath? Because, oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. That's right. Oh, yeah. Pardon me, I need to have that taken out. Yeah, because that would stink. I mean, it would basically launch. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Let me just. Ooh, I caught that. I think that is just something I can buy for 50,000. So, yeah. So that's something I can get from Nethermancer Neds. I believe. Let me just take a look. So, whoops. That's under. Let's see. It's under one of these. I think maybe. There we are. All right. Final act of hatred. All right. One of your creatures dies. Each of their non-ethereal spell gems has a 20% chance to be cast. So, is this worth taking out? Final act, Claymore of Hatred, and replacing it with Improbable Catapult? Yes, it is. So let me get down to materials here and see if I do have Improbable Catapult here. Let's see. It's either that or it's Trait Launcher. So, woohoo. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, I need to work on a firebomb build anyway, but let's see. So would that be Trait Launcher? Let's see, a lot of new yellow question marks here. Rogue Poem. So that's a good way to shut some creatures down. And let's see. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, that's vicious. Wow. Ooh. Oh, man, I should put Zonte in there. Just have him kill something with Corpse Explosion. Since you'll have the Giant, your Giant start battles with 30% more health for each Giant fighting on your team. So that's nice, and you don't have to have all Giants on your team. You can just have a few if you feel like. Oh my gosh, I have 11 trait launchers. That is sick. So yeah, what this does is just give the sapphire drakes. Look at that, 50,000 bucks. 50,000 brimstone right in the garbage. A nouveau riche here in this game. So let's see. And then all I have to do is socket right here with trait launcher. Boom. Okay. Don't quite have enough, I think, for a spell. Oops. Yeah, I kind of do. So yeah, you know, what I think I should do is go convert this stuff. So yeah, this is kind of like a garage project almost. It's just really gimpy and it's really fun. And what I'll be doing is putting the new team that I got here, which is actually Zante, the Sapphire Drake, and definitely the excuse me, I think Razor Web Arachnolisk. Getting late, sorry. And because I've been remembering that it's really fused with the Ice Mane Yeti, so that will be the creature I'll be bringing, and probably I'll be using some stuff to enhance Snare or Zonte's gems. So let me just double check and see. I've been at 9973 notoriety, which has been ridiculous. So yeah, just gonna bring out. And with him dealing with frozen and converting that into snared, it's almost worth taking a look at some of the debuffs. I mean, some of the perks, or taking a look at the relics that are there. So I might just put. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that'll just give him a lot of speed here, Mr. Ice Mane Yeti. So yeah, we'll keep it with the war drums, because I do remember that the Razor Web Arachnolisk's trait Jagged Edges does deal damage according to speed, and he got a boost of 200%. So yeah, I'll be pretty much leaving it at that. As you can see, I got a very nice bit of juice here in the Glimmering Jewel, Magic Missile on defend, Elemental Barrier on turn, extra speed. That's really what I wanted for him. And then, let's see, I'm only up to rank 40 there. So let me take a look and see if I want anything from recent things. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, I'm off on a tangent. Just wanted to say I finally got the that gimpy Nether Stone with Divinity on it. I finally have a use for it with Shadowbringer, Ascended Shadowbringer, with the extra trait that we got as a reward. So with that, I've got Zonte on the team as well, with 1,000 needles for lots and lots and lots of corpse explosions. And the crazy thing is with Equilibrium, and I just noticed this actually, that if he deals a whole bunch of extra damage just through multiple casts, these equilibriums are going to get stronger even in the same turn. So I'm gonna just double check anointments and see what we have. So yeah, keeping that aggro. Guardian Angel. Yeah, that's kind of meta. Yeah, and I'm keeping up the damage here with proliferation. So Zonte's corpse explosions just wind up really sick, as do any applications of healing, and then the resulting blighted damage. I believe that's... oh. Huh. So if you think about it, and I'm just nerding out here, that means that the blighted doesn't really wind up doing additional damage. So I'm going to putter around and take a look at some of the evoker anointments that I've gotten. So I've gotten quite a bit. There's one I'm thinking here about, either echo or burst. So this will really be key with a lot of corpse explosions, because Zonte will just be casting them time after time after time with Thousand Needles, which is really truly, I think, the best artifact or relic that a spellcaster could have. I know there's something that gives arcane, etc., but Thousand Needles is just sick when it comes to repeating things, and Zonte just deals a lot of massive damage because there are a lot of spells that I've got set with them. 9 Meteors, for example, deals damage randomly 9 times to a lot of creatures. So, I mean, he casts that a whole bunch of times too, and then that usually triggers off a corpse explosion. So, I think I will go ahead and get burst, and that will cause a lot of pain to any upcoming enemies. And let me see. So I gotta say that Clawing Cockatrice, even though, I mean, I really wasn't caring much about creature's race, was just an all-star. Just casting corpse explosion after corpse explosion. And then let's see. So the thing is, I do have the Masochist Freak, and so that will be a creature that will attack and cast an additional number of times equal to the number of debuffs and buffs that it has. So that's really sweet. I'm just trying to think about one more addition here. I gotta say the Siren Purifier was an all-star. And let's see. Yep, I think that was just from my pyro phase here, so. This could be a nice way to recover, but if I'm casting Divinity every turn, I'm going to skip that. I see that I have Siren Purifier here that has some really nasty spells to cast every turn that it does make it up to the timeline, because if it does take damage, it gets sent back to the bottom of the timeline. I do have getting extra Thanas in the works. Thana is just amazing, and I think something I want to use for adding some more defense to at least 1 or 2 more creatures in the group. And Thana's ability, which is just awesome, is that it does not take damage 9 out of 10 times when it's at full health. So I had a Red Storm fusion with that one, so as long as the creature was above 100. Was it at 100 health? 100%. Sorry, it's getting late. As long as the creature was at full health, it wouldn't take any damage from spells, and I had consecrated mace as well, so it was immune to indirect damage, immune to spells, and 9 times out of 10 attacks wouldn't damage it. And I also had Katarina's Return as a trait elsewhere, so that would be getting the Thana right back up to full health again, and very, very, very defensive and hard to kill. I'm not quite sure if it's really gonna fit in this build, but let's see. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I love death gems too. Yeah, with Phantasm, 30% more damage for each time spells have been cast in the current battle. I mean, that makes corpse explosions utterly freaking sick. And I've got final excretion on that little character too. I'll go ahead and take death gems, especially since I got an evoker trait to replace it. So I do have to level up. Not sure. Ugh, just blew my budget, my res budget. Okay. I'm really kind of ill in on that, but that should be enough to level 2 creatures. But again, I'll be making back some pretty sick money, so I'll just get 9,000 out of the brimstone. I think these creatures are all in good shape, so there we are, back to the creature lab and leveling up. So 22,509 is the status quo here, and let me see what I'm at. So I need Defiler, Necromancer. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let me just do a quick demo of how much this thing kills. So I'm on one of my fun runs -1, where we don't have to complete every single objective, and this isn't even going to count toward the goblet because it's not the right team. So, and I do see that I have the Necromancer team available to kaboom. So I do have the Necromancer team with stars aligned to get some more piety and stuff. So this will just be a quick field test. And gee, I think I'll cast Corpse Explosion. Oh, I'm getting cheeky. Uh-oh. All right. Well, there we go. I'm just gonna throw Frozen and everything else I can with Curse of the Swarm, and boom, there we go. So pretty quick creature wipes here, even with 4 creatures, and there's Entangling Roots, and I'll use Curse of the Swarm again. And there we go, lots and lots of Corpse Explosions, increasing in damage, so very difficult to avoid basically going into the graveyard right after your fellow enemy teammates here. As soon as I get some stuff to power up, let's see, snared damage, that'll be really nice. There's a Masochist masochist witch that has hopelessness put on there. So it's kind of crazy not to have the Sapphire Drake as the main star, but let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, everything is at full health on my side, so it's obvious there have been some casts of Divinity there. So I'm just going to keep on going. And by the way, here's a spoiler. If you want to get treasure out of an alpha, hit B and then D. So what's going to happen is this is going to cycle through the availability of B and D. So hit a substitute and then hit D. So you just have to wait, but it is B and D. Yeah, I know, I gotta go get that. Okay. Yay, Thrasher Fiend. So I probably have to get 1,000,000 Divinity Candle enemies. I haven't been using those, so I'm probably best off. Ooh, probably best off using them in a future video, if that. Ooh. So yeah, look at that team. Come on, cast that Divinity. You gotta cast something there, Chief. Yeah, so there goes 9 meteors, just doing tons more damage each time. Not as much as it really could, but there. And get back, Troll Knife, Juggler. Oh, phooey. I didn't know trolls were nature, I thought they were like chaos, but anyway, boo-hoo. I'm never gonna get that like 17 notoriety that I need to get everything complete, so I just want to buy a large treasure chest and get any spots filled on the team, but I'm using some pretty good leveled up, maxed out, gemmed out, stoned out characters, so and you know what I mean. So I don't know why Sapphire Drake is dying every single turn. That's supposed to be Zonte's job and not really something that I appreciate seeing, but let's take a look. Nice. Well, there we go. Full health, and just jump over here real quick, grab that treasure. Ooh, everything starts with snared. Very nice. And there we are with the second musical player. So yeah, as you'll see, B, D, and there she is. So 250 favor. So as you can see, this is a test run. I just need to make sure that Divinity doesn't bring creatures back at all, and that's what happens. I just wind up casting my burn spells. Zonte blows up a whole bunch of stuff with Corpse Explosion, and Divinity usually is like, what happened? Or, hey, I can't resurrect these guys. So, let's see, I'll just go running over here. So this is the kind of vibe that I'm getting off my dungeon runs lately. Just very fast, very enjoyable, just lots of damage. There goes Entangling Roots. Boom, get those Corpse Explosions going. So this is turning into an all-star team. It is kind of getting a little bit watered down on the original Shadowbringer theme, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. I'm just having total fun here. And there we go with the 9 meteors. And that's part of the Nether Stone that I've got. So absolutely pay attention to the Nether Stones that you get, and just keep an eye out for the one creature that could really, really benefit, like Zonti again, doing 9 meters on cast, because he is, I mean, the ultimate damage machine when it comes to spells. And, you know, that Nether Stone might be just garbage on somebody that, you know, would just throw out 9 little bursts of small damage. I mean, he does 9 spell casts, or he has 9 bursts of damage from a single cast of 9 meteors, and they're all massive. So there we are, and that destroys everything, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Oops. Oh, do I? Nah, maybe. I don't know. Tremors are very, very cool. I just don't have enough to invest right now into the sigil. I don't think I have that, but let's see. And so I have Angry Orchard, which does moderate damage 4 times, and that gets replaced with where's my soda machine here? So lost my train of thought. Ooh, treasure. So yeah, Angry Orchard does deal damage 4 times, and then that gets upgraded to massive with Zonti. So any nature creatures you have, or anything that wants to even do a class swap, just to get Angry Orchard, which is available as a guild reward, by all means do go out and get it. So it's available with the nature guild, so that's possibly a lot of extra fighting that you'll have to do, but it is a joy to have. Just real quick creature clear mass damage. And let's go here. Ooh, forgot my treasure. And let me see how the old prophecies are doing. Not bad. I like to just break things. Okay. Alright, well that is it, folks. Just a fun little demonstration of the Sapphire Drake with Divinity. It doesn't really seem like it's that defensive for it, so it still may be just a gimmick Nether Stone, but we'll see. If you have any great builds that you'd like to talk about, by all means feel free to share them in the comments section. Love this to be a little mini community, and that is it for this one. Still don't have any notoriety. Oh my goodness, my kingdom for that much. And so that is it. I'll be grabbing some more creatures and possibly let me see, I can remember this easy enough. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and change specialization back to Necromancer, and I'll grab the Stars Align build, and so that will let me get right through stuff really quick. I love how you can splash that right from Astrologer, I think. So where is it? Don't tell me I got rid of it. No. As you can see, I just got some really goofy stuff. Where is it? I know I had it. There we go. Stars Align. That's a song by Night Moves as well, if you'd ever like to check them out. I hope I can remember to post that link. But here we are. okay. And no super duper buffed up creatures in this. I mean, it's pretty much old school. Just always remember to level up your creatures because they may not have had the practice, and you might be fortunate to have one creature save everybody with its trait, which I had happen with something 5,000 levels below. But, you know, stat-wise, they still get butchered. So just love your creatures, level them up, and talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed this little stomp through a test run at level 982, Realm Instability 5, where everything was ready to hand out some damage and did so, even 2 creatures short. So all the best, guys. Feel free to leave any comments discussing Cyril, and I will see you soon. All the best. Bye-bye.